Now, after knowing the causes, it's time to take measures to prevent it. The organization's role in burnout prevention. So, generally, in some cases, removing the employee from a job if he or she is not productive is seen as a solution rather than looking out for the organizational changes that are needed to prevent burnout. So, generally, the person has much less control over stressors. So, it increases the responsibility of the organization to take actions because there are increasing numbers of qualified, energetic, and productive members are becoming victims of burnout. So, unless the organizations act now, it may be likely that the numbers continue to increase because burnout not only impact the individuals but does so to organizations. So, it is also the critical role of employers to take a move to prevent employee getting burned out. And in most of the organizations, the effective mode of intervention is to combine the educational interventions, that is, the educational sessions that can enhance the capacity of employees to cope with demand of job, and the other one that is the managerial practice that can be adapted by the organization. So let's see now how an organization can take steps and or the strategies to do so. First, be realistic when assigning tasks. So, delegating an amount of work that is challenging but not overwhelming. So, let's take an instance where the employer gives a task that at least needs a certain amount of time, for instance, a 1 week, but the employer expects that the employee should complete it in a 4 or 5 days. That seems unrealistic, so that increases the level of burnout. The second one, clarify expectations and job requirements. So, making sure that every employee understands his or her role and how his or her duties fit into the larger picture of organizational goals. So, this can be clarified during the job interview or through the job letter that what he or she is expected to do, the roles and the responsibilities that needs to be performed. The third one, create a supportive practice culture. So don't tolerate the gossips, exclusive cattiness. So address immediately if any behavior that is not in line with the practice rules or the organizational supportiveness. So making sure that being supportive is a value. So the modern supportive behavior. So if a person or an employee is seen that he or she is exemplifying the supportive culture, so he or she may be rewarded for that. Next, empathize the positiveness. So, speak to your employees about the work that most excites them and keep what the employees enjoy most about their work at top of their minds. So, remind them regularly of the valuable difference they are making to the team and through their hard work. That will eventually increase their effectiveness and leads to the more productivity level. Next, limit overtime. So, get employees in and out of the office in number of hours that was agreed upon at their hire. So, this means that they decrease leading to the decreasing of workload, hiring another employee. So, generally, it's been seen that if a employee is not completing his or her task within a time limit, he or she is being told that you should just stay and then complete. So, just instead of that, avoiding it, just we can say that the employee you can complete in a other day. Next, be sensitive to differences. So, don't ask employees to complete tasks that will challenge their values or that elicitate the ethical concerns. The next one, consider the traits of the employees. So, identifying which members of the team are more sensitive to criticism, which are the most practical, and which are the perfectionists. So, these traits can make the employees more prone to feeling that they are never good enough. So employees who have them can be less likely to bounce back from loss of control or failure. So learning which the strategies work best with those employees would definitely help in the burnout prevention. Next, the encouraging friendships. So employees who know and like one another are more energized and motivated. So therefore they're less likely to burn out because they share the problems, the issues that have been facing that would lessen their burnout. So encourage employees to socialize freely on breaks, at lunch or after work. So making sure that involving employees in decisions can also are directly related to their work. So motivate them to participate in practice decision making when appropriate, and also keep them informed of the changes that will affect their jobs too. The other important one, communicate. Meet with employees regularly, both as a team and individually. Give them a chance to discuss not only what they are working on, but also any issues they may have concerning their workloads, the difficulty level of their work, the work environment, and their career goals. So, allowing time and opportunities for the employees to open up to you. So once they open up, the manager or the organization supervisor gets to know what the concerns of the employees. So letting them know that you are the employee are advocate and they value you. So also involving employees in the decisions that will impact their productivity level too. And this communication may also help in resolving workplace conflicts if there are any. So conflicts that goes unresolved for too long can result in a burnt out employees too. So, making a priority to manage, mediate, and resolve conflicts very much quickly through communication. Next, limit stressors. So, for example, not asking an employee to take on a new challenge when he or she is in the middle of a demanding project. So, and also acknowledging times when things are especially stressful in the practice. So, explaining what the manager or the supervisor are doing to ensure that the situation will be resolved as quickly as possible. That will increase the trust of the employer make sure that the employee is being valued and their opinions have been taken care of. Equip your employees with the proper tools and resources. As we have discussed that the lack of resources is the one of the main cause of burnout. So equipping with them will make sure it directly helps in burnout prevention. Next, value vacations and other paid time. So, encouraging or requiring employees to use their allotted vacation time or to stay home when they are too sick to work, and run reports to ensure that the employees do not have excessive balances of unused time. And also, the next thing, be generous with gratitude and praise. So, making a big deal of it when an employee has done something extraordinary, draw everyone's attention to it. So, highlighting the thank you notes, the comments, or the emails. So, when an employee has done something great or a great achievement of the task, or maybe sending them a email or a congratulations or a gratitude level, will definitely make them value the job, the position they are in. Also, next thing, encourage stress relievers. Making sure that the staff takes break, and also having a break room can also initiate that, where employees can take a restful and restorative break. Also, maybe allowing them to have a fresh air during the breaks, and going for a short walk, and also bringing them a healthy treats for special occasions. The next one, demonstrate appreciation. So, doing something nice for the employees every now and then that they don't expect. So, for instance, giving them a lunch treat or bringing breakfast, or also maybe having those financial benefits, gifting them. The next one is the scheduling team building activities. So building some inclusive job inclusive job satisfactions by scheduling staff outings that encourage bonding. So in many organizations, it's been seen that the organization take care of the bills of the all the travel allowances that will also lead for the team building activities that would further encourage them to work. Next, be sympathetic. So, when an employee expresses frustration or concern, address it immediately. Make sure that he or she knows what the employer are taking appropriate action, and if can't, explain why you can't meet the employee's needs. Next, ask for help. So establish a ve- establish a when you see something, say something policy for the staff. So encourage employees to alert you when they suspect that a co-worker may have or may be burning out. So employees want to feel that they can excel in their jobs and achieve more. So providing opportunities for education and training that will improve their job skills and make them feel more confident. So also considering stress education for the employees so that they can learn healthy ways to deal effectively. Next, let employees do what they do best. So nothing is more disheartened than being in a role one hate or one aren't very good at. So making sure that the employees love what they do so as much of the times as possible, and identifying where their strengths and interests lie. And if employees are misaligned with their jobs, adjust assignments or move them into the roles they are more passionate about. So, if can't, at least counsel them to seek work that better suits them, and then improving the hiring practices so that the misaligned employees can't be the misaligned employees can be taken care of. Next, keeping things interesting. Routine is a double edged sword. So it helps things run smoothly in the practice, but it can also become dull. So change things up when one can. So, for instance, hosting a birthday party in between the breaks for employees, or a fun contest activities, or or just organizing a themed clothing for a day that would definitely make an employee or a normal keep coming out of a normal common routine. So these were all the things that an organization can do for preventing burnout in a managerial practice.